Gather round, children. Today we begin an incredible adventure. Minecraft's masterpiece, released in 1993, the prequel to the Magic Candle series. Bloodstone, an Epic Dwarven Tale. Our hero is male, and his name is Dana McGlath. So unfortunately, our hero's family is being slaughtered, but at least he gets a magic axe and a magic spell totem, which teaches magic spells. So choosing our companions. My personal favorite is Hale and Cuck, partly because of looks, because I like green. We get the chance to customize them a little bit. The most valuable thing you can do is increase their attributes. If you want, you can also bump up their skills, but you can train those and learn those by use, so that would be a waste. So, we want more strength because that increases combat damage and controls what we can wield. We want more dexterity because that gives us more turns in combat. We want more agility so we dodge more attacks. We also want more resistance, so we take less magic damage. It's a little risky leaving his loyalty so low. If a character's loyalty is too low and you leave them on assignment somewhere, or if they flee from a battle in fear, you might lose them forever. So yeah, let's try to not let that happen. And we'll bump up agility a little more. Alright, that's Hale and Cuck. Always take Portal because he has a shovel, and you'll see in a minute why we need that. The only other thing I use Portal for is to make money. So his only attribute that matters for that is loyalty, so that he doesn't bail on us. So after getting that comfortably high, the best thing to do is to bump up his metalsmithing, since that's what you'll use to make money. It's kind of a waste because, like I said, you can train it, but I don't have anything else valuable to do with him, so why not? Oh, oops, I did something wrong and didn't take Halen. Whoops. Sorry about that. Your third companion, it's up to you. You pretty much find better people, but if you want, you can hold on to him till the end of the game. I've played with Entor before, but he's annoying because sometimes he's reluctant to swim. He also is a coward and tends to kind of flee in fear, like you lose control of him during some fights. Let's try taking Endel. One of the reasons I chose her is because she has pretty good base stats, and also because she has decent magic to begin with. Some of the characters cannot use magic, and magic is clutch in this game. And her loyalty is incredible low. Her endurance is also low, which means she has few hit points. Alright, we managed to escape the crazy battle going on there, leaving our family to die. And now we're in this strange cavern. I don't know if there's any, like, clue to help you know this, but there are 2 skulls here that have treasure. Maybe it's in the manual somewhere, I don't know. Or maybe you just have to know the secret. Alright, but we just got some essentials that we will now distribute amongst our party members. Rope lets us climb mountains. Snowshoes let us travel through snow. And sealskin lets us travel across rivers. You can take like a step out into the ocean, but you can't go far. And characters have swimming stats, and if their swimming is too low when they're having a bad day, it will not let you go into the water because that character is reluctant to swim. And blankets make it so that when you sleep in an encampment, you recover health. If not, you don't. We're about to get ambushed. So I'm going to save my game. And am I happy with what everyone is wielding? I don't think I am. So Portal's fine with his hammer axe. Halen's got a short sword and it's really weak. Same for Endel. Well, Danet has a medium crossbow, which he's not using. So I'll hand that off. Let's see whose archery has the potential to get higher. Looks like Endel's. So I will give her the nice bow. And we'll have Halen draw his short sword, even though it's a piece of junk. And we'll have Endel draw her medium crossbow. And now we will walk into the ambush. So combat in this game is turn-based. The way it works is everyone on one side, like your enemies, takes all of their turns, and then you take all of your turns. Normally you get to go first, but if you're ambushed, you don't. Danon is incredibly low on health, and that is bad. So we might have him run away. Normally he doesn't take so much of a beating. It stinks too because he has a really good weapon. And that's an example of how your skills can go up in combat. Here, one of the Tal'dor's trying to flee. Oh, and he did flee. I don't like how this is going. So I'm actually going to redo the battle. But yeah, at the end of combat, you get to search the corpses. I'm not sure if your character's stats matter when you're searching the corpses. Sorry, you got to sit through this twice. But I don't want any of my opponents running away. Oh. Shoot, I forgot to change out their weapons. Oh well. So yeah, during combat you can transfer stuff. Okay, so you saw in the last time I did this battle that sometimes they dodged. The guy right above me can't dodge because he's flanked on both sides, even though he's not flanked by me. So that was why I just went for him. And see how Danet is incredibly powerful with his magic axe. Let's have Endel draw her better crossbow, which does unfortunately miss the turn combat. Let's eliminate all the ones who could run away. Alright, that went much better. I'm a lot less dead. Alright, now that we've escaped our family cavern, we're now on the overworld, and this is what it looks like. You're the crosshairs. And normally you see nothing, but when you approach something and it's within the 8 squares around you, it shows up. So there's a camp. Let's go check it out. What does Mantar have to tell us? Oh no. All the dwarves are in trouble. And of course, it's up to us to save the world. And we do that by collecting tons of awesome treasures and giving them away. One cool feature of the game is the notes system. So anytime you talk to someone, everything they say is recorded in your notes, exactly as it was spoken to you. And it's cool, you can search them. There we go. And you can add notes, and you can change the verbosity of the notes. I forget what happens if you bump it up to maximum, but normal should be good enough for most of your needs. So where do we go now? Let's check our handy dandy map. All right, see that red dot southwest of us? That is a town. Let's go check it out. Oh yeah, because we have rope, we can climb. Alright, and you'll notice it tells you the coordinates of your location and the name of the region you're currently in, which can be important sometimes. Alright, one cool thing about towns is you can one cool feature of the game is you can look at stuff and get descriptions of it. So this is obviously a tavern. Let's go inside. Taverns are good places to get information about the local area and find new party members to recruit. Kamalkad. The importance of diversity. So to the southeast lies a temple. The people hanging out in the tavern changes over time. So I can just stand here and pass time, and you'll see people leave and new people come in. And he just told us about map flasks, which are very handy in dungeons. Because like he said, you drop an alabaster gem in the map flask, and it gives you a map of the area around you. On the overworld, we can use our map, but in dungeons, you don't have anything unless you use the map flask. So there are ruins to the air god in Hatan. This is the first time we've heard of teleportal combinations. They're a really cool way to get around the world. You'll find a teleportal chamber where there are 3 slots, and you can put teleportal tiles in the slots. And if you put the right tiles in the right order, you'll be teleported to a certain region. Like before I walked in the town, I said it mattered that we were in Dormani. That's because there's a teleportal combination to teleport to Dormani. And Maxon just told us a teleportal combination to teleport to Azurine. And Maxon is actually a potential party member. Since we're a little low on party members, and we desire his magic totem, he has a Chalta, one of the 7 magic totems in the game. They're hard to come by, and they're how you learn new spells. So we'll take him on, even though he's incredibly weak. Groves are awesome, as are herb patches. We'll talk about that more later, but groves are safe places to rest and repair your equipment and learn spells. You can just stay there indefinitely, and you won't be troubled by monsters. We haven't seen it yet, but on the overworld map, monsters are also traveling around the world, and you can run into them and they can run into you, and if you're just camping on the overworld, they can ambush you while you're encamped. So groves are nice because they're safe places. And, oh, there we go. Some townspeople are useless. They don't have any good information, and you can tell because when you go to talk to them, you see this menu of news, weather, and people. It's just, yeah, they don't have anything helpful. Alright, we were told to talk to Torm. Let's talk to him. Alright. So the Death Mask is one of the essential treasures we have to find. And the Natal is a pretty cool magic weapon. And as he just told us, it gives you a bonus against fire monsters. Unfortunately, I think there are very few fire monsters in the game. Yeah, sky sharks sound pretty cool, right? They swim through the air. It's a very creative and interesting game. As far as like monsters and races and combat mechanics. That's why I love the game. Alright, it looks like we've seen everyone we're going to see in the tavern. So we'll head out. And our handy dandy map also works in town. Alright, this is our first shrine. You can see that this is the Shrine of Zifanu, the air god. And in any of these shrines, if you examine the altar up close, you can see a magic word scribbled on it. That is the word you need to whisper when you're in that god's temple to grant them temporary freedom, and in return, they will boost your attributes and skills. The exact boosts that they give are dependent on the god. Alright, he's telling us about the air temple. It's interesting that his family has been hoarding the information on the location of this treasure, just waiting for an adventure. It's like, would you do that? Would you not seek it out yourself? It's a little suspicious. Oops. We don't really need to buy guitars. Musical instruments don't serve a very significant purpose in the game. They can give you little boosts in combat. Like they might restore the energy of all of your party members a little bit. Or increase your bravery for, boost your courage for a battle. Oops. Oops. So here she's telling us about the people who sell spell totems. There are very few such people, and the totems are very expensive. That's helpful. Interesting. She doesn't provide any particularly useful information, just that there are caverns devoted to Dablak, the Earth God. Oh, so some towns have inns. Maybe every town has an inn. I don't know. I never use them. But you can pay money to rest there. You know, I'd rather sleep in a grove for free. Rune Masters, I think they like tell your fortune. Something weird like that. Oh no, that's right. They're a safe place to learn spells, which you can also do camped out in a grove. Which is why I also don't use them. Oh, cool. So this is the archery trainer. There's only one trainer for each skill in the game, so it's good to remember where they are. And I didn't mention this, but we're in the town of Kafari, which you know because they tell you up there. Since we're poor, we're not going to do any archery training right now, but it is good to do all the training you can so that all the skill ups you get in combat are added on top of that. You can only be trained up to a certain number based on your race. And so it's better to go ahead and max that out before you start getting combat bonuses and bonuses from gods so that you can max out your stats. Maxing out your stats isn't that big of a deal. You reach a certain point in the game where you can kind of cheat your way through every battle if you want, just using magic. Oops. There's a weapon shop. If we had more money, we'd go in there and buy some weapons. It's good to get better weapons and armor. Alright, there's a gem store. And a gem cutter. So you may have noticed on the skills page, one of the skills is gem cutting. If you have such a skill, like any number above 0, you can go there and you can work to make money. And it's a common thing in towns that the gem cutting store will be right next to the gem. The gem store will be right next to the gem cutting employer. Oh, and here's the gem cutting trainer. So if you wanted to, you could train your gem cutting and then work as a gem cutter. Yeah, we don't have anyone who is particularly good at it. I mean, Poral has a little bit, and Danet has a little bit, but we already chose to dump Poral some points in metalsmithing. So we'll just wait until we find the metalsmithing employer. Now, someone should have told us the name of the chieftain. I just kind of ignored it and plowed on. I happen to know it from memory, but yeah. Here we go. So Platon told us that the chieftain's name is Raken, the chieftain of the, I guess this is the Morin clan. So when you try to enter the chieftain's hut, if he's there, he'll ask you for his name. If he's asleep or not there, it'll say there's like no response. Alright, let's talk to Raken.
Brave warriors, I commend your skills in battle. Come, join me in my feast, and let us talk of things great and small.
Please give me treasure. You know, it doesn't make any sense. Why can't we be the ones who become superior because we possess the treasures and save the Dwarven race? It's kind of a weak premise, but it's an awesome game. Alright, and he tells us the special word to use when we go to Lara and talk to the lore master there. A lore master is kind of like a librarian. If you know the right secret word, you can gain useful information. And here he just gave us the list of all the magical treasures in the game that we have to find and give to one of the 2 chieftains. Here he says he's unwilling to help us until we start giving him some treasure. All right. So that is the beginning of Bloodstone. Hope you're enjoying it.